November 27th. About to get started with Lyft shortly. But I'm on the road right now, and I just want to make a short video about, just some things that I've been thinking about when it comes to Lyft and rideshare, but just gig companies in general. These companies, the CEOs, they spend they spend so much money in other areas and don't want to put those funds towards the drivers. One thought that came to my mind as to the reason why is because they can just decrease the amount of pay that goes to each individual driver. But since there's so many people that come on the platform, they'll still get paid because they're taking, so much money from, the rides that the drivers give. So they can decrease it for each. But because, corporate executives, all of them, the CEOs, they earn money from the collective efforts of the drivers nationwide and abroad. They earn so much money from it that they can just keep doing it because it's not going to bother them. It's not going to bother their pockets. Since, you have 300,000 drivers and, you do, this is just an example. 300,000 drivers, you earn $2 from each of those drivers. That's $600,000 easily. So, they don't have to do much. They can just sit in the office all day. They can sit in the office all day, and then we go out here and drive, and that's it. They just make algorithms and all that kind of thing. They sit around the office, then they go home. That's all they do. There's nothing else for them to do. But as for the millions of drivers out there, they can just, earn so much and keep earning. So, they earn, if you do $10 times 300,000 drivers, if they're earning $10 from each one, that's $3 million. So it's like they don't have to make much effort to earn money, but as long as we're out there doing it, that's just how I see it. An entrepreneur, a CEO of a company, they earn money. They can earn so much money from all thousands or even millions of drivers, and it doesn't take much effort for them. So, changing our strategy for those of us that may want to continue to drive, changing our strategy is ideal. But I myself am thinking about getting out of it because it's really, they can just keep going and going unless, there's something comes down from the government, labor union, for workers, people in those positions where they can actually probe what these gig companies do, then they can continue on the course they're already on with no repercussions. The strike was this past week, the 23rd through the 26th. That does help get their attention, but unless there's actual repercussions for what they've been doing, then they're not going to budge. So unless drivers, gig workers act as a unit and to change things, to do something, then it's not really gonna matter how many times. I mean, I'm for the strike because it makes sense, but unless something major can happen, or unless something gets their attention, like to where they come to and be like, change the way that they do things, or even want to change how they do things, then it's, they'll keep going the same way they've been going. So still, there's still work to do, a new strategy to get their attention. I mean, me personally, I just don't understand why they want all the efforts they put towards these funds into other directions. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, the main thing about this company, the initial reason they started these companies was for the people that have vehicles to transport passengers from A to B, but they're putting funds to other places that really aren't helping. So that's something I just don't get. But if somebody out there, I know the rideshare professor, he called for a strike, but unless something big happens, like unless we can get like just something that'll really make some noise, that can really put it to them, the CEOs, then there's not going to be much change by them. So if anybody out there, I mean, I'll be looking for people that have ideas. I support people that if you striked, or if you have ideas on how things can change, I'll support. Yeah, but that's just my thought for today about gig companies and everything. But you can comment below. Let me know what you think.